Namaste, Swamiji.
So you will be learning three things.
Swamiji, please unmute yourself. Swamiji.
This is the part which requires full body movement. If somebody has too much of a problem, किसी को अगर बहुत ज़्यादा problem है ना, they can actually skip this part. इस part को skip भी कर सकते हैं. पर कोशिश करेंगे ना, तो most of you will be able to do. खड़े होके नहीं तो बैठ के करना. अच्छा, सर्वाइकल है, क्या कर सकते हैं? पहली चीज ये समझ जाइए कि ये क्या है. टाइम टेबल में तो डे 12 है. व्हाट, क्या आज हो गए?
विनय सर,
हाँ, क्या प्रॉब्लम?
डेट 12 है, लेकिन ये आज के सर 12 तारीख को आपका मेन सेशन है सर. एक क्वेश्चन आंसर सेशन है स्वामी जी के साथ, विनय सर.
अच्छा.
जो ये Q&A सेशन कॉमन सेशन है. तो कुछ बेसिक्स मैं बता रहा हूँ.
स्वामी जी प्लीज, सॉरी.
जो पुराने और नए दोनों के लिए, पुराने पार्टिसिपेंट के लिए रिवाइज हो जाएगा. नयों को, नए जितने भी हैं उनको थोड़ा सा आइडिया लग जाएगा कि व्हाट आर वी ट्राइंग टू डू. हाँ, शिवरिंग वीरभद्र करेंगे तो आएगा. पांव कमजोर हैं, चलेंगे तो दर्द होगा. ऐसा ही होता है ना. सो आई एम कमिंग टू दैट ओनली कि कोई प्रॉब्लम है, सांस लेने में तकलीफ है तो सांस लेना बंद कर दीजिए. ऐसा सोल्यूशन होता नहीं है. दिस इज नॉट अ सोल्यूशन. हाँ, आपको कोई बोलेगा सांस लेने में तकलीफ है तो सांस लेना बंद कर दो, तो आप बंद कर देंगे? नहीं, है ना. नहीं करेंगे, क्योंकि मालूम है सांस है तो इफ यू आर ब्रीदिंग यू आर लिविंग, isn't it? So if you're feeling difficulty in breathing, you can't stop breathing, but you'll have to create the necessary comfort or the necessary strength where your breathing becomes easy. So at this point of time, most of you have labored breathing. You know, there are 5 basic disease. 5 disease होते हैं इंसान में. उसके बाद you can categorize it into various other branches also. ना, but the fundamental disease are 5. 5 ही बीमारियां हैं. If you address those 5 things, you'll see all your disease will go off. So what are those 5 basic things? What are those 5 basic things? The first is called as kama. Kama. That means if you just want everything for yourself in your life, that is a disease. अगर केवल अपने लिए ही सब कुछ चाहिए ना, तो वो डिजीज कहलाता है. ये और भी बीमारियां पैदा करेगा, मानसिक, साइकोलॉजिकल, इमोशनल. इट विल क्रिएट लॉट ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स, एंड दैट इज व्हाट व्हाई यू आर फाइटिंग इन योर फैमिली. एक परिवार में क्यों लड़ाई कर रहे हैं? क्योंकि मुझे ऐसा चाहिए, आपने ऐसा नहीं किया. So this is called, if you want something for yourself only, that is kama. What is the remedy for that? Nishkama. So kama, or wanting something just for yourself, is a disease. So what is the remedy for that? You also want things for other people. तो हमारे देश में, in this culture, it is always said, सेवा, सेवा कीजिए, do seva. What it means? Do something for that. Think about other people also. Otherwise, it will create a lot of problems in your psychology, in your emotions, in the family, in the society, in the country. Then comes the second disease is called as, if you are just doing things for yourself, अगर अपने लिए ही काम कर रहे, वो नहीं होगा तो क्या होगा? If that doesn't happen, what will happen? You will get into rage, anger, krodha. So, anger. Why you are angry? Because you think whatever you wanted didn't happen. So, krodha is second disease. This is a disease. It has come from kama. Only self-perpetuation. Kama means I want to live, I don't care about anybody. ये काम के कारण तो हमने एनवायरमेंट बर्बाद कर दिया ना. We destroyed the environment just because of kama. We are not thinking about anybody else, or at the most a small group of human beings. That's it. No, we should care about every life. So nishkama is something that everybody must do. Kama is survival, nishkama is celebration. If you don't have celebration in your life is not worth. The second thing is, if you're just doing things for yourself, it will bring anger, anxiety, fear. We are coming to fear. But the first thing, krodha or anger, frustration. So what is the remedy for krodha? Bodha. When you do things for others, you understand life. Understanding life is called as bodha. Understanding life in its peak is called as buddha. And the factor which allows you to understand life is called as buddhi. So, krodha, bodha. Understand, try to see why something has happened. Try to go to the core of it. So, what you call as science is basically bodha. At present, science is not doing its work. It is just doing a little observational work. It has not come to a state of bodha. That is why there is no remedy for most of the problem in the world. The third thing is bhaya. If whatever you wanted didn't happen, you will get into rage, but ultimately there will be fear. Next time, whatever you want, if it doesn't happen, then what? ऐसा ही होता है ना? अगली बार नहीं हुआ तो क्या होगा? So, bhaya is third disease, fear. Remedy for fear is laya. If you are in rhythm, if you do things in a manner, in Indian culture, we always say, मन लगा के काम करो, मन लगा के काम करो. तो अभी भी मैं यही बोलूंगा, मन लगा के प्रैक्टिस करिए. So do it in rhythm. If you do things in rhythm, it empowers you. If you do things out of rhythm, it disintegrates you. So bhaya, fear, disintegrate you. Laya means rhythm. If you are in rhythm, the fear will go off. The fourth disease is nishwasa or labored breathing. If you are not in rhythm, अगर rhythm में नहीं होंगे तो आपकी सांस उखड़ जाएगी. Nishwasa. Nishwasa, what is the remedy? Vishwasa. If you are in fear, you don't trust anybody. If you are in rhythm, you trust life. विश्वास तब होता है जब आप लय में होते हैं. तो विश्वास निश्वास का इलाज है. निश्वास means labored breathing is the disease. Labored breathing is disease, and trust upon life is the remedy. Vishwa, that is called as Vishwas. You trust life. You don't have actually any choice. If you trust life, you can drop it. Now, this is the fifth part, very important. If you trust life, only then you remain a little loose. Otherwise, you hold yourself tight. अगर अपने आप को ज्यादा पकड़ेंगे तो छोड़ेंगे कैसे? How will you sleep? Nidra means dropping yourself. When you trust life, you can drop it. A fearful person is not able to sleep. Insomnia किसको होता है? जो डर होता है, वो छोड़ नहीं सकता कुछ. That person cannot drop. So, Nidra means ability to drop yourself. English word sleep doesn't mean much. Nidra means when you have trust over life, that time you can drop yourself and you can sleep. Sleep is death, isn't it? Sleep is a little small death. For death, you will have to drop yourself. Anidra is disease. Nidra is health. So 5 factors, 5 factors bata di. Now, I am putting everything down to 1. ये 5 चीज भी करेंगे नहीं करेंगे, एक चीज तो करेंगे. Do one thing. Live your life as if you are doing it with utmost pleasure. Chai pee rahe hain, if you are drinking, if you are taking tea, how to take tea? This is the best tea in the world, last tea in the world. तो पोछा लगाएंगे तो कैसा रहेंगे? Sweeping the floor. Oh, इससे मजा तो और किसी में आ ही नहीं सकता. You enjoy whatever you do to the utmost level. That is how you should live. So how to do kumbhak? Kumbhak and hatha vinyasa bhi aapne सीखा. So I am not clear with the practice. So how much time it took you to learn A? कितना समय लगा आपको A सीखने में? When you first time wrote A, how much time it took you to just write down A? Many months, isn't it? कई महीने लग गए थे ना? So today you have again become a student. Now keep yourself open. First of all, अपने आप को खुला छोड़े. We have ensured that every one of you will get it. हर एक को ये सीखने में आएगा ही. So there is a practice session which will come up. You will get the video recording of this. You will get a PDF, and the mentor support is always on, हमेशा on है. Now you need to become a student. नहीं, मुझे कोई गोली खा दो, दे दो, give me a pill and I should become fine. Then you are dreaming. Then you are still not living. You are dreaming. है ना? तो just a minute. तो अभी क्या करना है? You start learning. You start learning. आप सीखने की कोशिश कीजिए. Working upon the body is the most beautiful thing. Human beings have got opportunity. Tell me, ये screen share कौन कर रहा है? इसको हटाएंगे जरा.
Somebody is sharing the screen.
वो पिन कर दो. हाँ.
Yeah. Okay.
So, tell me one person who cannot move the body. Is that person living or dead? एक इंसान जो शरीर को हिला नहीं सकता, क्या वो इंसान जिंदा है या मरा हुआ? The person is not dead. So what is life? Using your body, moving your body, using your mind, using your emotion is life. लेकिन अभी वो काम कर लेने में तकलीफ आ रही है ना. Now using your body is creating pain. Problem तो यही है ना. At this point of time, using your body is creating pain. Now, what have you lost? What have you lost? क्या खो दिया आपने जिसकी वजह से आज शरीर को इस्तेमाल करने में दर्द हो गया? You lost the integrity of your body. आपने अपने शरीर की इंटीग्रिटी खो दी. Now what is the solution? पिल एक गोली खाना सोल्यूशन है? नहीं, आज तक वो सोल्यूशन नहीं मिला. There cannot be a pill which can create solution. Your life has a solution. Your body has a solution. आपके शरीर में solution है ही. आपको उस तरफ जाना पड़ेगा. Even if you eat a pill, take a pill and sleep off, or your body becomes numb, senseless, is that going towards life or going away from life? अगर आप अपने शरीर को सेंस इनसेंसिटिव बनाते हैं, सेंसलेस बनाते हैं, तो क्या जीवन की तरफ में जाना है या जीवन के विपरीत जाना है? So every time you take a pill, you are going against life. You need to increase the sensitivity of your body. That is life. Sensitivity is life. Insensitivity is death. तो जब भी आप एक दवाई दर्द को खत्म करने के लिए, काटने के लिए खाते हैं, आप अपने जीवन को कम कर देते हैं. So why pain? पेन क्यों हो रहा है मुझे फिर? पेन इसलिए हो रहा है क्योंकि आपने अपनी क्षमता खो दी वो काम करने की. Pain is happening because you have lost the capacity to act. Increasing the integrity of your system is the solution. यही solution है. But I can't do hatha vinyasa. It's okay. हमने तो नहीं बोला कि आपको करना ही करना. This is the only part of the three things that you will learn. This is one of it. Hatha vinyasa. If you can't do it at all, avoid it. Do Anganyasa and Kumbhak therapy, which everyone will be able to. You can, Anganyasa and Kumbhak therapy has to be done sitting. Even if you are not able to sit for long, always take rest. Do one round, take rest. Do one round, take rest. But try to go towards life, not against life. Trying to lie down in the bed is death. You are trying to go towards death. Trying to function is life. एक बच्चे को आप देखिए, just look at a kid. The kid wants to function. We stop the kid. हम रोकते हैं ना बच्चे को. यहीं पे खड़े रहो. The kid starts jumping at one place. So the kid is an example which we should look at. He is fresh out of the factory. जीवन की फैक्ट्री से बिल्कुल तरोताजा निकला है ना वो, उसको देख के लाइफ हम सीख सकते हैं. So you do it as per your comfort, or bring up or build strength to do hatha vinyasa. Anganyasa will build that strength. Kumbhak therapy will build that strength, where you will be able to do hatha vinyasa later on, even if you are not able to do at this point of time. So this paksha is vata paksha. In vata paksha, you will do hatha vinyasa standing. In pitta, sitting down. In kapha, lying down. So sitting and lying, most of the people will be able to do. But standing is little difficult for few. तो क्या करना है? इसको भी वेरिएशन बता दिया आपको. They have told you the variation. है ना? बैठ के करना. Now you didn't understand. आपको नहीं समझ में आया. तो सीखना किसको है? Who has to learn? You have to learn. Learning is experience. है ना? Experience of life. One of the experience of life is learning. तो इससे पीछे नहीं भागना. Don't run away from it. It doesn't matter whatever is your age. जितना उम्र बढ़े ना, उतनी ज्यादा लालच करो सीखने का. Mature हो गए ना? You are now mature. Maturity means you want to learn more. This is the beauty of life. The more you will learn, the more you will get into experience. Experiencing life is what we have come here for. तो क्या है पीछे पड़ना? किसके पीछे पड़ना? मेंटल सपोर्ट दिया है ना, तो उनको भी थोड़ा, उनका भी चैन खराब करो ना. नहीं, I have to learn. मुझे बताइए प्लीज, I have not understood it. ये मेंटर्स के लिए साधना है. Why I am saying this? Because the more they will give, the more they will evolve. जितना आप देते हैं ना, उतना आपका जीवन का अनुभव ऊंचा हो जाता है. So, अगर वो नहीं भी देना चाहे तो आप छीन लो उनसे. You ask them. You will get a practice session. वीडियो देखने का कष्ट जरूर करें. Please try to watch the video which has been shared with you. है ना? इतना तो आपको थोड़ा करना पड़ेगा. 9 weeks you are student. सीखना है आपको. वीडियो देखें, read the instruction, see if you are able to understand it. क्या समझ में आ रहा है? समझ में आ रहा है तो you practice it. नहीं समझ में, if you're not able to understand, ask. ग्रुप में डालो ना, मेंटर को फोन करो, बोलो कि ये एक बार बता दीजिए मुझे. इट डजंट मैटर, वो आपको बताएंगे. है ना? यहां पे कोई भी बुद्धिमान और कोई भी बुद्धू नहीं है. स्टूडेंट्स आर लाइक स्टूडेंट्स. ओनली थिंग दे रिक्वायर इज काकचेष्टा बको ध्यानम श्वान निद्रा तथैव च अल्पहारी गृह त्यागी. ये पंच लक्षणम विद्यार्थी जीवनम. कौवे जैसी चेष्टा होनी चाहिए. लाइक अ क्रो यू शुड मेक एफर्ट अगेन एंड अगेन. बको ध्यानम, like a swan. The swan stands on one feet and looks at the fish, absolutely still. Bako dhyanam, like a swan, you should have the focus. And we are giving you a focus point also. Swan nidra, sleep like a dog, always aware. Alpahari, do not eat more than required. Never in the life, in Yog Kalachara, there is only one recipe of health. Eat when you are really, really hungry. That's it. Only one mantra for health. Eat when you are really, really hungry. अभी हम क्या कहते हैं? Without hunger we eat food, isn't it? Morning breakfast, afternoon lunch, or in middle brunch, high tea, dinner, and whatnot. Snack whenever you are watching screen. So eat when you are hungry, but do not overeat. Never, never, never overeat. Always eat whatever is required. Always take from nature whatever is required only. Nobody in the animal kingdom or in nature eats more than required. It is only human beings. So just swan nidra tathaiva cha alpahari and griha tyagi. That means you should be willing to work for it. You should not rest. Griha tyagi means settling down somewhere is not a quality of student. The student should always be eager. नहीं अभी करे क्या, कुछ करना है, सीखना है. Let's understand it more. तो ये सीखने की कोशिश कर. नहीं समझ में आया, if you haven't understood, it's okay. एक ही चीज नहीं करना, टेंशन नहीं लेना. We are here, we will always be there for you. आपका क्लास भी खत्म हो जाएगा. When you finished with your 9 weeks, we'll still be there. 6 महीने बाद भी हम वही होंगे. साल भर बाद भी हम वही होंगे. There will be many people who will not do it for 6 months. And then when the problem will aggravate, they will start doing and then they will get benefit. So, कोई चिंता नहीं. नहीं समझ में आए, कोई चिंता नहीं. Watch the video. Read the instruction. If you don't understand, ask mentors. Now, we have said Moola Bandha. Moola Bandha. Focus at the Moola Bandha. Tense it. Tense your body to support the anal tension. नहीं जी छूट जाता है. If it gets loose, it's okay. It's okay. आप कैसे भी करो. We have designed it in such a manner that you can't do it wrong. The only thing that you need is little commitment and you'll see it will only work towards good. Your body never harms you. आप इस बात को समझ जाइए. Even water can harm you. पानी से भी आपका नुकसान हो सकता है. If you drink a lot of water, your brain will swell. So even water can harm you. But any mechanism of your own body never harms you. So Kumbhak is your mechanism, strength creating mechanism. It cannot harm you. You might feel that it is creating difficulty initially. कुछ लोगों को ऐसा लगेगा कि उनको दिक्कत हो रही है. It is not due to Kumbhak. It will always be due to something or other. Your weakness, your organ weakness, your functional weakness, your disintegrity of the body, infection, food, environmental changes. It will be something outside of your body. Infection is also pathogen which has come from outside. So your body's mechanism never harms you. मैं आपको बोलूं अभी एक, हाँ, you can do an experiment. You close your mouth and nostrils both. नाक जबरदस्त बंद कर दो और मुंह बंद कर दो. See what happens. Your body will say, no, I want to live. Yes or no? The body always wants to live. There is not even one example in the whole history of humanity who died by stopping the breath. उसको बाहर से कुछ जोर जबरदस्ती करना पड़ा, फांसी लगानी पड़ी. The person had to hang himself or herself. है ना, अपनी सांस खुद रोक के नहीं मरता कोई. Because your body never harms you. It will faint you. अगर आप रोकेंगे, ज्यादा रोक लेंगे तो आपको बेहोश कर देगा. So fainting is a survival mechanism. Do you know pain is survival mechanism? Pain is your survival mechanism. You don't have pain in the hair. See how many ways you cut your hair. अगर नाक में नहीं होता pain, if your nose didn't have pain, so you would have made ribbons out of nose, isn't it? और what? Fashion के नाम पे कान को पता नहीं कैसे कैसे काट लेते. It is just because of pain. You don't wrestle with your nose, है ना? कुश्ती नहीं करते नाक से. It is just because of pain. So pain is a protective mechanism. Please don't cut your pain. Address the problem. Don't cut the pain. It is a red light. You are trying to smash the red light. And you call it science. Come on. What kind of state we have gone down? अपने ही जीवनदायी चीजों को खत्म करने को हम साइंस कहते हैं. Do you know fat is your protective mechanism? It lubricates your system. It protects your system, isn't it? It keeps the temperature balanced. Fat, it keeps you, it takes care of the tension, what you call as tension or stress. It keeps the stress at bay. Because what you call as anti-stress hormone, cortisol, is produced from fat. So when there is fatty liver, what does it mean? High cholesterol, high triglyceride, high fatty tissues or adipose tissue in the body. What does it mean? That you are at risk and the body is trying to protect you. But you don't relieve the risk, you want to take off the fat. आप शरीर का रिस्क नहीं खत्म करना चाहते, आप फैट खत्म करना चाहते. And you call it a science. You call this a science. The thing that protects you, उसी को आप खत्म करना चाहते हैं, उसको आप साइंस बोलते हैं. So fatty liver. Do you know when you take ghee, a risk comes down in the body? And you will see, there are many examples. Their cholesterol level comes down. Their triglyceride level comes down. Their fatty liver becomes fine. So, you reduce the risk of the body. How to reduce the risk of the body? Risk कैसे खत्म करना है? The primary thing is strengthen your system. strengthen your organs, strengthen your function. सबसे जरूरी चीज वो. Rest is a support. When we are saying take ghee, that is a support. When we are saying take some medicine, Ayurvedic herbal medicine, that is a support. Allopathic medicine is also support plus side effect. So everything else, good food is a support. That is a support. Good food will not make your heart strong. Your body has to work upon good food to make it whatever it wants to make out of it. So when there is osteoporosis, calcium deficiency, B12 deficiency, this deficiency ka zamana hai na, you are eating the best food that ever our ancestors has taken. हमारे पूर्वजों ने कभी इतना अच्छा खाना नहीं खाया हुआ. कमाल है, डेफिशिएंसी ही हो रही है आज के टाइम पे. So what have we lost? Humanity is eating the best kind of food in the whole history of humanity. We used to fight for black pepper, isn't it? Most of the fight wars have happened because of food. But nowadays we are getting the best kind of food which was ever available to humanity, and the most deficiency is happening at this point of time. Why? What have we lost? The body's ability to assimilate, absorb, digest the food. So primary thing is strengthen your system, and you will see a strong person doesn't get into risk very easily. And a confidence strength se aata hai na. So less movement, yes, less movement. So we must do some kind of strengthening activity. And Ashtanga Chikitsa has everything that supports the body on 8 levels. Although we have packaged it into a very concise 3-step module, but it has everything that takes care of every aspect of your body. People who have mental issues, and most of the people have mental issues to whatever extent. So people at this time and age, most of the people have mental issues. If you get irritated, you have mental issue. If you have allergy, you have mental issue. And the weakness first gets into the head. The first impact of weakness happens into your mind and emotion. See how much vulnerable a weak person is in terms of emotion. भावुक कितने बहुत जल्दी रो देते, शरीर कमजोर हो गया. बीमार होने पे ऐसा लगता है ना, when you are ill, your emotions are not strong. So you will see in some time, mental issue will get addressed 100%. 100%. You can't address it through pill. There is no medicine for mental issues. There is no medicine for emotional issues. And if you are drugged, for addressing the emotional and mental issues, you will get worse. You will go in a worse pit. So, you know what state happens? You must have seen people who are addicted to alcohol. देखिए कहां जाते हैं? Because they don't feel fine by themselves. They have to take something to feel fine. A smoke, alcohol, drug, or even a tea. चाय पीते हैं तो अच्छा लगता है, otherwise नहीं अच्छा लगता. So most of us are on drug. We are not on self-support. We are not on self-support. So mental issues will get 100% addressed through Ashtanga Chikitsa. Emotional issues, you'll see emotionally, you'll become vibrant. And physicality will take a little time to get to the kind of health it needs. Because when something gets manifested on the physical level, then it takes maximum time to reverse. So physicality will take a time. That is why we said you will start feeling changes the moment you'll start the practice. But to establish those changes in your body, it needs a little time. So your practice time will start after 9 weeks, 3 months of non-stop practice, and you'll see most of you will get transformed. You will start living your life. At present, you want a good life, but you will get a good life after doing Ashtanga Chikitsa. Many of you will be able to drop the medicines that you are taking in. At this point of time, we will not suggest to drop your medicine, chemical medicine especially. है ना? एक एडिक्ट को आप हटा दो उसका एडिक्शन, तो वो बंदा तड़पने लग जाता है. It doesn't mean the drug is good, but we don't want you to be in trouble. So as you will increase the strength of your body, your function, your organ, you'll see you'll not need medicine to manage a problem in you. वो मैनेजमेंट की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी केमिकल से. Anyways, if you need some support, try to go towards natural support. है ना? आयुर्वेदा की तरफ में जाएं, हर्ब्स की तरफ में जाएं, फूड की तरफ में जाएं. If you want a support, take a natural support rather than a chemical support. We'll also make certain things available because our ancestors have worked a lot in supporting or addressing problems of human system, and almost it got distributed across many lineages. Now certain lineages have certain formulation which gives a beautiful support, very powerful support. So we'll make those support available to you. Like there is a pain oil. The moment you apply that oil, what happens even in your rheumatoid arthritis, your body becomes flexible. So it is a support. It will again stiffen up. Solution nahi hai wo. So it will again stiffen up because the problem is inside. But external support, the moment you apply that oil, your pain factors will reduce tremendously. लकड़ी भी डाल दो ना, सूखी लकड़ी, तो भी लचक आ जाती है उसके अंदर. It becomes flexible. That kind of oil. It has come from some lineages. उन्होंने secret रखा हुआ था ऐसा. We are
वीडियो स्टॉप हो गया.
हाँ पता है, थोड़ा नेटवर्क का इश्यू आया है.
ओके.
Swamiji's words are so motivating. Really, very nice.
Yes.
Hope.
I agree.
He gave hope.
He gives hope.
Yes, very nice.
Now you can ask question. कोई अगर specific सवाल है, कोई तो पूछ सकते हैं।
हाँ स्वामी जी प्रणाम।
एक एक करके, एक एक करके।
प्रणाम प्रणाम।
Swamiji, Umesh sir wants to know, can you put some insight into autoimmune disease?
Can we please ask the questions one by one and maintain some decorum? Otherwise, Swamiji will not be able to answer. So please
Autoimmune
ask your
disorder.
questions one by one. Raise your hands. We will tell you to ask your question, and then you can ask.
So autoimmune disorder. What does autoimmune disorder mean? Now, this body always tries to protect itself. Your blood pressure is a protective mechanism. If your metabolism doesn't happen properly, you'll see your body and the waste product, waste sugar that gets created, your body throws it out. Sugar in the blood is not a problem. It is a waste sugar. It has to be thrown out. But by taking medicine, you keep the waste sugar in the body, and that creates organ damage. So the body creates sugar, the waste sugar. The body creates thirst and frequent urination to throw the waste sugar out. That is what diabetes is. But we try to keep the waste sugar inside only, and that is a problem. So body usually tries to protect itself. Now, what happens when your immunity gets on, but there is no enemy as such? For example, you look at a boss, or you go study in a school, whatever you are studying, जो भी आप स्कूल में पढ़ाई करते हैं, वो आपको पता नहीं चलता कि इससे मेरा पेट तो भर नहीं रहा. I'm not feeling good with it. I don't know why I'm studying it. A plus B whole square is equals to A square plus B square plus 2AB. Every one of you have learned this in school. How many of you have used this in your life? No one. आपने कभी इस्तेमाल ही नहीं किया. So 99% of things that you learn doesn't relate with your life. So it's a risky situation. For a student, it's a risk. So how will the body handle it? It will, for the body, it is like either you have to fight or flight. Whenever there is risk, जब भी आपके शरीर के लिए रिस्क है, या तो आप लड़ोगे या तो भागोगे. So you are neither fighting nor running away. But your body creates everything inside which you can use to either fight or run away. आपका शरीर तो क्रिएट कर रहा है हर चीज. Your body increases your heartbeat. आपका heartbeat आपके body बढ़ा देता. Whenever there is risk, your body increases the heart rate. Your body increases the energy in your system. It increases the sugar. It pushes a little sugar so that you utilize that sugar. Glucose, you utilize that glucose. So whenever there is a risky situation, your body prepares itself, but you don't use it. आपका शरीर तो प्रिपेयर कर रहा है, मगर आप उसको इस्तेमाल नहीं कर रहे. So whenever there is a invasion, when corona gets into your system, what does your body do? It tries to fight the pathogen. वो जो बाहर से कीटाणु आया है, उसको लड़ेगा ना आपका शरीर. How will your body fight the pathogen? The first thing it does is increase the body temperature. पहली चीज ये क्या करता है? फीवर कर देगा. पर आप इसे करने नहीं देते ना. You don't allow the body to increase the temperature, isn't it? What do you take? Paracetamol. डोलो खा लोगे, or some kind of paracetamol, कोई ना कोई ब्रांड का खा लोगे. You will slap your body and say you don't function. तुम काम मत करो, हम ज्यादा समझदार हैं. So it increases antibodies, antigen and antibodies. वो तो मारना है ना उसको, पैथोजन को मारना है. तो अपना रक्षा प्रणाली है ना, इम्यून सिस्टम को ऑन कर देता है. इट पुट्स ऑन द इम्यून सिस्टम. व्हाट डज इट मीन? वो लड़ना चाहता है, बट यू डोंट अलाउ इट, आप उसको अलाउ नहीं करते। आप कोई एंटीबायोटिक जबरदस्ती खाते है ना, बाहर से कोई केमिकल डाल के, और इन एक्सट्रीम सिचुएशन यू ऑल्सो टेक स्टीरॉइड्स। व्हाट डज स्टीरॉइड डू? इट शट्स डाउन योर इम्यून सिस्टम, आपके इम्यून सिस्टम को शट डाउन कर देता है। नाउ इफ यू स्लैप योर इम्यून सिस्टम फ्रॉम द चाइल्डहुड इटसेल्फ, बचपन में पैदा हुआ बच्चा तो कितने वैक्सीन लिए थे? You must have taken all those vaccines, isn't it? And how many medicines that you have taken in your life? So you keep slapping your immune system. अपने immune system को थप्पड़ मारते रहते हो. It gets confused. वो confuse हो जाता है. Now it doesn't know when to start, when to stop, because you are continuously consuming chemical. इसको समझ ही नहीं आ रहा कि ये हो क्या रहा है. It is in utter confusion. This is called as autoimmune disorder. So who is creating it? You are creating it. So a simple correlation, I am giving you a simple correlation, right? So that you understand how to correct autoimmune disorder. वेरी सिंपल कोरिलेशन. इसमें फ्लॉज है, आप क्वेश्चन ज्यादा मत करिएगा, बिकॉज आई कांट ओपन अप अ यूनिवर्सिटी हियर, है ना. मैं हर चीज आपको अभी यहां पे नहीं समझा पाऊंगा. इट विल टेक लॉट ऑफ टाइम, बट आई एम जस्ट कोरिलेटिंग द मोस्ट ऑब्वियस पार्ट ऑफ योर लाइफ एंड ऑटोइम्यून डिसऑर्डर टुगेदर. इन दोनों को साथ में जोड़ रहा हूं. नाउ व्हेनेवर यू आर इन डिस्ट्रेस, जब भी आप फियर में हैं, जब भी आप रिस्क में हैं, whenever you are in some kind of risk, how is your breath? आपकी सांस कैसी होती है? Not in rhythm. अभी तो बोला 5 बेसिक डिजीज.
Shallow होती है.
Shallow. And in some cases you get into breathlessness, labored breathing. Shallow breathing हो जाती है ना. Now tell me, I have talked about it in the earlier question answer sessions, but once again I'll repeat it. If there is a zone which is almost like very smoky and you pass through that zone, एक एरिया बहुत धुआं है, वहां से गुजरते हैं, तो आपकी सांस कम आती है या ज्यादा आती है? You hold your breath, isn't it?
कम आती है.
breath shallow हो जाती है ना breath. Now, your body is connected with nature. You are using this loan for some time. Your body is a loan on you. ये शरीर आपके ऊपर तो लोन है, ये तो थोड़ा समय यूज करेंगे फिर देना पड़ जाएगा. So you are not doing anything in this body. Heartbeat, liver function, kidney function, lung function, you're not doing anything. कुछ भी नहीं कर रहे. So who is helping this body to do all these functions? The nature outside is helping this body to do function. If the geometry of the solar system changes, your body will change. If the nature of the surrounding will change, your body will change. So your body is actually connected with nature. So even if you don't feel the pollution, but your body feels the pollution, isn't it? The environment has got polluted. You may not feel it, but your body feels it. Every second your body feels it. So tell me, will your body be inhaling more, proper, or less? It is
Less.
inhaling less. It is inhaling less. देखो, सबसे पहली चीज ये समझना पड़ेगा, सबसे बेवकूफ प्रजाति फिरंगी है. उसकी बात पे हम 200 साल, 300 साल, 500 साल से चल रहे. ऑब्वियसली सब कुछ बर्बाद कर देंगे वो. आज तो समझना पड़ेगा आपको. तो अपने ही पांव पे कुल्हाड़ी मार ली. द काइंड ऑफ एजुकेशन सिस्टम, इट इज मेकिंग अ चाइल्ड inhale less. All those your news channels, Corona, Omicron, this or that, जितना फियर साइकोसिस सोसाइटी में फैलाएंगे उतना रीजनरेशन कम हो जाएगा बॉडी का. Your body will regenerate less. Inhalation is connected with regeneration of your body. But degeneration is also needed. Neither you are inhaling more proper, nor you are exhaling proper. Because आप rest में नहीं रह पा रहे. When you want to get rest, what do? You exhale more. जब थक जाते हैं तो क्या करते हैं? When you become tired, what do? Oof. You want to exhale more. Only if you exhale proper, your detox happens properly in the body. The relaxation factor is directly proportional to the exhalation capacity. इसीलिए सबसे पहली चीज तो हमने यही कहा ना, your exhalation should not happen fast. Control your exhalation. That you can do. Now, if regeneration and degeneration is not happening properly in your body, regeneration and degeneration is not happening properly. So what will it impact? The regeneration and degeneration, the moment it becomes imbalance, this is also related to what you call as autoimmune disorder. Because शरीर को मालूम नहीं कब बनाना कब खत्म करना. Regeneration and degeneration. When to create, when to destroy. It gets confused. This is autoimmune disorder. If you just even out your life, make it smooth, celebratory, celebration लेके अगर आ जाएंगे ना लाइफ में, if you just increase the intention to live properly, your autoimmune disorder will evaporate. It will go off. इससे ज्यादा आसान नहीं बना सकता. I can't make it more easy than this. This is the easiest thing in which I can give you a solution for autoimmune disorder. Get or what you can invade celebration in your life. Celebration को अपने अंदर अपनी life में लेके आइए. Festivals, 365 festivals in this country. This is a country of festivals. Why? Because we don't want autoimmune disorder. But now, our country is not our country. We are aping something else. Next question.
हाँ स्वामी जी प्रणाम.
Just a moment, please. Everyone
Shalin.
is supposed to type their questions in the chat box. Okay, nobody will unmute themselves.
हेलो.
Hello.
Can I मैम?
हाँ सुंदर जी बोलिए बोलिए आप
Yes.
बोल रहे हैं.
प्रणाम प्रणाम
Yes, you can
प्रणाम.
ask your
दो मिनट चाहूंगा मैं. 2 मिनट. देखिए आप जो कह रहे हैं, आप स्ट्रेस कर रहे हैं एक इंडिपेंडेंट मूविंग सेंटर का जो हम लोग के अंदर में. यू आर स्ट्रेसिंग अपॉन अ इंडिपेंडेंट मूविंग सेंटर which is inside us, and I think it does not depend on the mind, does not require the mind, and which is mind itself, and which on the other hand does not depend upon the instinct. Instinct मतलब वृद्धि या सहज या बोध जो है, and has first of all to learn and placed many problems on entirely new ground. Now in the existing order of our being with this coronavirus and other factors, is it how to get this moving center? Is it by imitation of what you have been preaching or showing us, or some other way? Can you please give your thoughts on this?
As I
There are many more questions asked by rest of the participants also related to the exercises.
I'll give a short answer to this. पहली चीज, there is nothing called as mind. There is nothing called as mind. You can't locate your mind. There is body, and in Indian traditional systems of exploring life, we have always talked about body. So in Indian traditional way of exploring life, we have also talked about mind as a body, as a part of the body. We never excluded mind from the body. We always said this kind of body, that kind of body. We went subtle. From gross to subtle. It's all body. Your mind is also body. So there is nothing called as mind. Mind जैसी कोई चीज होती नहीं. That is a subtle body, है ना? उसको आप data बोल दीजिए. We have karmic body also. So, subtle body. Now this is an integral body. If I start exploring this body, there will be a lot of things to open up before you understand the whole thing, the whole concept. But एक बात याद रखिए, one thing you must remember. So it is like there is a point and there are multiple branches coming out of that point. So one thing, you need to address every branch, but how do you address all the branches? By addressing the point. So that is how Ashtanga Chikitsa has been created. What is the first thing that you are given is a point. And then over it, there are methods. There are methods which addresses every aspect of your life or your body. It can be your mind also. So in Indian traditional system, even if we want to describe the subtle body, we will have to see 16 minds. So it is basically 16 minds we talk about. No, we don't have to go there, because even if you do this kind of an intellectual gymnastic, it will not help you. Even if you put Google, full Google within yourself, it will not help you. You will have to function. The function or the dynamic aspect of life is the only way to get a solution. The non-dynamic aspect of life is not a solution-based thing. It may be precursor to solution, but not solution. आप दिमाग से, जिसे आप आज माइंड कह रहे हैं, उससे भी सोचते हैं तो उसके बाद शरीर से ही काम करते हैं ना. Actually, you can't move your hand without your mind.
जी.
So your hand is also a part of your mind. तो अभी इसमें solution हमने दिया. एक जहां से सब कुछ स्टार्ट होता, and everything that you see in front of you. So from A to Z, we are addressing every aspect, but through dynamism only it will happen. So we have used key. We have used a key which pervades from external to the core of your life. What is that key that we are using, which can actually break through everything? It is Kumbhak. Kumbhak can pierce through every aspect of your body, mind, this and that, whatever you can call, how many ways you can describe it. But Kumbhak is something which pierces through every aspect of your life, be it mind also. आंखों को नहीं हिलाएं, देखें आप सोच नहीं पाएंगे. If you don't move your eyeballs, you can't think. Just open your mouth and you can't think. So the moment you hold something in a place, your mind cannot think. So you have to use Kumbhak to actually move your mind also. You have to use Kumbhak. You are holding your data, memory, isn't it? याददाश्त आपने पकड़ रखा है ना? You remember small things from the childhood also. कुंभक कर रहे हैं. कुंभक कर रहे हैं. You are holding it. It is a holding of memory. आपने रोका है ना याददाश्त को? कैसे रोका? कुंभक कर रहे हैं आप. Emotions को रोका है ना? There were emotions that you have held up, emotional memory. And you react in a particular manner through your emotion. Personality को कैसे रोका? How have you hold the personality? कुंभक आप कर ही रहे हैं. तो कुंभक is something which starts from externity and goes to the core of life. It is the fundamental way of creating life. And that is why हम कुंभक को इस्तेमाल करें. It will address every aspect of your life. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है जो ये address नहीं कर सकता. Because this is the mechanism of creating life. So इसके बीच में हम कुछ भी कर लें, but if you do this, it will address everything. Next question.
Thank you, sir.
हाँ, अनम्यूट करके.
हाँ, प्रणाम स्वामी जी।
फिरोज
हाँ, एक एक करके
सर
क्वेश्चन ले.
स्वामी जी, कैंसर जो बॉडी में है उसके क्या रीजंस है और कैसे प्रोटेक्ट कर सकते हैं अपनी बॉडी को?
अभी आते हैं. आप अपना ना चैट बॉक्स में डाल लो, नहीं तो क्या होता है कि बहुत लड़ाइयां होती हैं. एक एक करके आंसर करते हैं. आपका भी आंसर करें. हाँ.
Firoz sir wants to know that by doing these asanas, I will be disturbing my L5, L6 more. Spinal cord and existing nerves are compressing while lying down. Especially sleeping makes both hands numb. and
Yes.
pain by
I got the question. So
shall I do
you are
these
saying by
asanas
doing the
while on
movement,
mat?
by doing the movement, you'll the problem will aggravate. That is why what we have said, do it till you are comfortable. Don't get into pain, first of all. The second thing is you can always take a support. And आपको support के लिए बताना, you always take a support of some kind of a stretch band, some kind of belt, है ना, कोई ना कोई कमरबंद हम आपको बता ही रहे. So you can take the support and do. Not working. Your L4, L5 is meant to function. आपका L4, L5, L10, L12 जो भी है, ABCD Z तक ये काम करने के लिए बना हुआ. This is meant to function. Now it is not in a state where it can do its function. तो हम उसका strength build करेंगे. Now L2, do you know, even if you move your head, the whole spine gets impacted, right? So even if you move your hand, do you know your Mooladhara gets impacted? Do you know even if you dream, your life gets impacted?
Slow internet.
So that's how I explained. There is a core aspect of your life and there are branches and branches, manifestation. Now, one of its aspect has got disturbed. You keep addressing the core, it will develop strength. And after it develops proper strength, you will be able to move also. So will regeneration happen at that place? Yes, regeneration happens. This is a natural process of the body. So regeneration will happen. You use the factor which does regeneration. It is Kumbhak. Again, if you do Kumbhak, the regeneration will aggravate, it will increase, and the strength of the whole system, the integrity of the whole system will increase. And then you'll see after some time, you'll be able to move also. At this point of time, if you are not able to do the Hatha Vinyasa or full body movement, it's okay. Just skip that part. ये part आप skip कर दो. You do Anganyasa and Kumbhak therapy, and slowly and steadily as the strength builds up, then you'll see you'll be able to do the movement. And when you'll start doing the movement, your whole body will get impacted and you'll see your spine gets supported by every other part of your body to function. It is not that your spine functions individually. आपके शरीर में कोई भी चीज ऐसी नहीं है जो अकेला काम करती है. So if you strengthen the whole system, the weak aspect of your system will get a support to function. Your functioning will become easy. Till then, you can take some external support also. If you're feeling pain at some point, you can apply oil, keep yourself, inflammation, lower down the inflammation of the body. Pain happens due to inflammation, not due to disalignment or what you call as breakage of something or disproportionate distribution of your bone. No, not because of that. Pain happens due to inflammation. Reduce inflammation, apply oil, some kind of a support, stretch band, but don't stop your movement. Try to do it as per your comfort. You can drop your Hatha Vinyasa at this point of time, and later on you can pick it up. Agla question.
Usha ma'am wants to know reason for cancer in the body. Please explain, and how can we prevent it?
Didn't I answer that? Autoimmune disorder. When you say autoimmune disorder, I've connected it with regeneration and degeneration discrepancy. यही बताया ना, तो कंफ्यूज हो रहा है आपका सिस्टम, और क्या रीजनरेट करना है, क्या डीजनरेट करना है, ये उसको समझ में नहीं आ रहा, तो खराब सेल रीजनरेट कर रहा है, दैट इज कैंसर, इजंट इट? सो टेक्निकली अगर मैं बोलना चाहूं तो द बॉडी हैज लॉस्ट द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ व्हाट इज कॉल्ड एज दर्शनाग्नि. Thereby the body has lost the strength of what you call as garhya patya agni. अभी मैं ये सब बोलूंगा तो आपको समझ में नहीं आएगा. So I have explained it in a simple manner. जब भी imbalance होता है regeneration degeneration का, and the body's instinct of creating a balance, उसका जब भी imbalances होंगे ना, then your body will get confused. It will not know what to create, what to destroy. That time it will create wrong cells.
Swamiji, please unmute yourself. Swamiji, sorry. Swamiji, please unmute yourself.
सिंपल में ये कैंसर है. आपके शरीर को पता नहीं चल रहा क्या बनाना है, कैसा बनाना और किस चीज को खत्म करना. सो रीजनरेशन डीजनरेशन का जो बैलेंस है ना, वो खो दिया. द दोष बल हैज गॉट इम्बैलेंस. इसी को ऐसे भी बोलते हैं, दोष बल हैज गॉट इम्बैलेंस. ये 6 बल आपको बताया ना, यू मस्ट हैव कम फ्रॉम द वेबिनार वे वी हैव डिस्क्राइब दिस 6 बलस. 6 बल बताए आपको वेबिनार में, नहीं बताए तो मैं आपको अभी भी थोड़ा सा बता देता हूं. आई हैव गिवन अ हिंट देयर. 6 देयर आर 6 strengths of your body, and every weakness impacts all those 6 strengths. The first strength coming from top down is called as Ojas Bala. Ojas Bala is basic the strength of creating life, and that is why your life is created on this earth. You don't have much to say at the level of Ojas Bala. Now then comes what you call as, इसको कहा जाता है मनोबल. Then you have certain data. According to that data, the possibility of life creates a life. है ना, आपके कर्म हैं, आपके डेटा है आपके पास में, उसके हिसाब से आपका क्रिएशन होता है. That is called as manas. Manas is the data in you. In regular usage, we use it in a different manner. जब मन को यूज करते हैं अलग तरीके से, आम भाषा में, it's a different usage. So manobala. The third bala is agni bala. Agni is the strength of transforming one into another, something into something else. This is the primary thing which creates what you know as physical life. आप जिसे जीवन के तरीके से जानते हैं, ये अग्नि बल की वजह से. You eat food and make it your body, isn't it? What is the bala that you use? Agni bala. Now, Agni bala gives rise to dhatu bala. You make something with different densities. Density is called as dhatu. You have 7 different density tissue in your body. Tissue of different densities in your body. So that is dhatu bala. Density is also known in terms of how much energy gets used in creating a tissue. So there are 7 levels of creating tissue. Rasa, Rakta, Mansa, Med, Asthi, Majja, Shukra. The what you call as sperm and ovum, reproductive tissue, needs the maximum energy to build. So dhatu, these are dhatus, or these are physicalities of different density. Dhatu bala, then dosh bala. Transformation or connection between these densities. इनके बीच में आपस में सामन्वय कैसे होता है, सामंजस्य कैसे बैठता है? How do these different densities interact among each other? So it creates what you call as the balance. ये balance है. Ayurveda usually terms everything in terms of dosha. Vata, Pitta, Kapha, Dosha. These are balancing factors of your life. Dosha Bala and then Deha Bala. The dynamic strength, whatever dynamism you do, physically or non-physically. जब आप mind कहते हैं, when you say mind, it is also a dynamism of certain things. किसी चीज को आप कैसे इस्तेमाल करते हैं, that is देह बला. How much you can use your body, how much your heart can function, how much your liver can function. These are all deha bala. So 6 different strengths in your system, and we are building up all the strength. We are building up all the strength. Ojas is something which you can't do. So something else is needed for it. I'll not go into explaining that. That is also being taken care in this. So 6 balas, we are establishing 6 balas, and thereby by establishing 6 balas, you'll see the regeneration and degeneration balance will get created, and you'll see the factor which creates cancer will mellow down. वो नीचे आ जाएगा. But because you are giving poison to your body, whatever you do with the body may not be sufficient to get it right. आप एक अगर जहर खा रहे हैं, chemotherapy is what? You are using mustard gas. You are bombarding your body with mustard gas. The Hitler used to kill people with mustard gas. That is used as chemotherapy now. Now we are bombarding, we are killing the whole humanity by bombarding this chemotherapy. Hitler killed some few million, but we will be actually killing billions and billions of people by this chemical bombarding. It's a tricky thing to explore. It is a tricky thing to actually look at and handle. We will need to be more wise than what we are at present to actually understand deeply, more deep, this life, how this life functions, and then only we'll go towards health. We have started this project. We have started our small endeavor to actually understand life in more and more depth, and thereby creating the right situation where cancers will not happen. And even if it has happened, we build the strength of the system to take care of it. At this point of time, we are running a cancer program, and we do it every month. One cancer batch starts almost like every month or alternate month, wherein we address specifically that balancing aspect, and there are wonderful results people are getting. But the kind of social psychology we have got into, it is actually killing us. The sooner we get rid of this very shallow kind of a thought process in the world, the more fast we'll be able to help the whole humanity. Next question.
थैंक यू स्वामी जी. एक चीज और ऐड करना चाहूंगी. मुझे अभी 3 वीक्स ही हुए हैं अष्टांग चिकित्सा ज्वाइन करे, और कैंसर तो मेरी सब रिपोर्ट्स पहले से ठीक आ चुकी थी, बट मेरा ये जो लेफ्ट पार्ट में कान में और गले में काफी पेन रह रहा था बीच बीच में, और 3 वीक से मैं डॉक्टर्स के पास जा रही थी तो अल्टरनेट मेडिसिन. फाइनली आई लेफ्ट ऑल दिस, और अष्टांग चिकित्सा ज्वाइन करने के बाद मेरा 100% तो नहीं, अब मेरा 10-12 दिन के बाद एक आध बार बहुत ठंड में पेन आ रहा है. अदरवाइज थैंक्स सो मच कि मेरा ये पेन भी अपने आप में भूल गई हूँ. थैंक यू सो मच.
बहुत फायदा हो जाएगा अभी आपको. आप बस रेगुलर रहिए इसमें, एंड अभी आप देखिए आपको लाइफ में भी अभी ज्यादा उस तरफ नहीं सोचना. ट्राई टू लिव योर लाइफ मोर ब्यूटीफुली. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. हाँ जी
स्वामी जी, मैं जब सुबह उठती हूँ तो मेरा लेफ्ट नी बिल्कुल बेंड होता है और मुझे चलने में बहुत प्रॉब्लम होती है, लेकिन अष्टांग प्रयास करने के बाद बेटर फील करती हूँ. तो ये कब तक चलेगा ऐसे?
वो थोड़ा चलेगा. कुछ ये मान के चलो कि ये चीज ना 1 से 2 महीने तक चलती है। वो अभी मौसम की वजह से भी आपका शरीर ना कुछ चीजों में रोक रहा है। व्हेन यू डू अष्टांग चिकित्सा जब करेंगे, शरीर को जब मूव करने की कोशिश करते हैं ना, शरीर का भी अपना टेंडेंसी बन जाता है, तो वो मूव करने से रोकता है आपको। आप आजकल अपने घर में बच्चों को कोई भी काम दे तो बहाने लगाते हैं ना, क्योंकि उनको शरीर हिलाने में तकलीफ हो रही है। तो शरीर को भी कमजोर होने के कारण उसको कुछ करने में तकलीफ होती है। इट स्टॉप्स यू, इट क्रिएट्स बैरियर्स। आपका शरीर, आपका माइंड बैरियर्स क्रिएट करता है। थोड़ा सा तपस्या, यानी दैट मीन्स यू विल हैव टू बी अ लिटिल मोर रेजिलेंट। थोड़ा दर्द हो ना, चिंता नहीं करना, दर्द कोई नहीं देखना। शरीर में थोड़ा बहुत दर्द होता है, ठीक हो जाएगा। थोड़ा बहुत अगर प्रॉब्लम है तो उस तरफ में नहीं देखना। डोंट लुक देयर, लुक एट समथिंग मोर इंपॉर्टेंट। आप ये कंटिन्यूस करते रहिए, देखिए ये अपने आप ही चला जाएगा, है ना, ये अपने आप ही चला जाएगा। तो इस तरफ में इतना ध्यान नहीं देना, जब तक कि बहुत परेशानी नहीं हो रही है तब तक इस तरफ में ध्यान देना ही नहीं है। आप करिए, और ये वैसे भी रिलैक्स हो जाएगा करने के बाद में। योर बॉडी गेट्स लिटिल मोर फ्लेक्सिबल व्हेन यू डू दिस प्रैक्टिस
Thank
एंड
you
विल
so
फील
much.
बेटर।
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Swami ji.
जब मोटर न्यूरॉन डिसीज है तो इसके बारे
शालिनी
में
जी, आप अपना ना वो अनम्यूट करके बोला करो।
Many other man wants to know, I suffer from mouth ulcers, constipation, as well as sciatica problem, lumbar problem, not able to walk, stand, move.
कहां से शुरुआत हुई? ओके, वॉट एवर प्रॉब्लम यू आर सेइंग, वेयर इट स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम? इट स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम योर लिवर। आपके लिवर में इशू है। योर sciatica and everything else has started from liver. माउथ अल्सर जो आ रहा है ना, वो लिवर की वजह से आ रहा है। वो लिवर को आपको एड्रेस करना पड़ेगा। हाउ टू एड्रेस लिवर? इसमें जितना भी वो कुंभक थेरेपी दिया हुआ है ना, इट ऑल ऑफ देम एड्रेसेस लिवर। सो यस, इट विल एड्रेस लिवर, बट यू कैन टेक सम सपोर्टिव थिंग्स ऑल्सो। कुछ सपोर्टिव थिंग्स भी ले सकते हैं। हमारे पास एरिस्ट है लिवर के लिए, किसी भी लिवर की प्रॉब्लम के लिए वो हेल्प करता है, निकाल देगा आपको उससे। आप देखिए, इफ यू आर जस्ट टेकिंग सम एक्सटर्नल सपोर्ट दैट माइट हेल्प टू एन एक्सटेंट, बट इफ यू आर डूइंग कुंभक थेरेपी in the Ashtanga Chikitsa and using some support, it will act magically. So take that arrest, है ना, थोड़ा सपोर्ट ले लीजिए। माउथ अल्सर तो आपको हैंडल करना पड़ेगा। कॉन्स्टिपेशन इज समथिंग यू मस्ट टेक केयर, क्योंकि कॉन्स्टिपेशन आपको उसी वजह से आ रहा है। द हीट इफ ऑफ द बॉडी इज नॉट गेटिंग इन कंट्रोल, या ज्यादा हो जाता है या कम हो जाता है। इट इज बिकॉज ऑफ लिवर। लिवर इशू इज देयर विथ एवरीवन, सबके साथ में ही लिवर इशू है। Because the moment you take any chemical, the first thing that you do is damage your liver. जब भी केमिकल लेंगे तो लिवर को सबसे पहले डैमेज। लिवर इज योर गेट कीपर, इट इज द सेकंड ब्रेन ऑफ योर बॉडी। उसको मालूम है व्हाट इज माय फूड, व्हाट इज नॉट माय फूड। सो व्हाट एवर यू पुट इन योर बॉडी विच इज नॉट योर फूड, द फर्स्ट थिंग दैट यू कैन डू डैमेज टू इज योर लिवर। बट लिवर इज सच अ ब्यूटिफुल ऑर्गन, unless and until it gets damaged to 95%, it doesn't indicate. कितना रेजिलेंट है लिवर? 95%, 95% से ज्यादा डैमेज होगा तभी वो दिखाएगा, वरना दिखाएगा भी नहीं। वो होता है ना, एक बहू होती है ना, गऊ होती है, बिल्कुल गऊ, कुछ नहीं बोलती। तो हमारे शरीर में वो गऊ है, our liver, but we are damaging our liver. So constipation, you can use haritaki, you can use whatever, triphala, you can use castor oil, you can use even buttermilk, खट्टा buttermilk भी पी लो तब भी constipation चला जाता है, isabgol or whatever. But we have suggested you that you can take triphala, haritaki. Haritaki is something which is like in olden days, it was there was a saying that if you don't have your mother and father, at least you should have haritaki at home. ये इतना ध्यान रखता है शरीर का। तो it oxygenates your body by almost 200%. So soak 1 tablespoon haritaki in a glass of water, keep it for 2 hours, let it soak for 2 hours. In the evening, Before going to bed, रात में सोने से पहले stir it a little and drink the whole concoction. एक गिलास पानी में 1 टेबलस्पून हरित की डाल के थोड़ा मिला के छोड़ दो, 2 घंटा कम से कम सोख होने. सोने से पहले मिनिमम 2 hours, it can be more than that. सोने से पहले उसको पूरा पी लीजिए, है ना. So if there are people with IBS है तो उनको थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम आएगा शुरुआत में. Reduce the quantity कम रखें, वो भी यूज कर सकते हैं. They can also use. ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम है तो छोड़ दीजिए. Use something else like castor oil. You can use castor oil. 1 चम्मच जो है castor oil, अरंडी का तेल जिसे कहते हैं, वो पी लें रात को सोने से पहले. उससे भी कॉन्स्टिपेशन रिलीव हो जाता है. और यू कैन यूज वॉट एवर सूट्स यू. ये जरूर ध्यान रखें, कॉन्स्टिपेशन ठीक रहना चाहिए. एंड वन मोर थिंग आई विल से, इफ योर बॉडी इज हाइड्रेटेड प्रॉपरली, अगर आपके शरीर में पानी ठीक है ना, तो कॉन्स्टिपेशन नहीं होगा. सो विल शेयर समथिंग अबाउट फूड, हाउ टू रेगुलेट योर फूड. उसको थोड़ा फॉलो करेंगे तो इट विल हेल्प यू. Next question.
Next question.
दीदी
Person
मुझे
wants to know, is the regeneration process function of age? I mean, if all are practicing Ashtanga Chikitsa, does the frequency and quality of kriyas will have different bearing on regeneration process?
See, it varies as per your effort, not as per your age. See, Kumbhak is something which you can use at any age to regenerate anything in your body. You can use at any age, but your ability to make effort goes down. With age, what happens? Your ability to make effort goes down. So it is not that at certain age it will act much faster. नहीं, ये तो उतना ही काम करेगा. अगर उतना ही लग रहा है तो उतना ही काम करेगा. But you may not be able to apply that kind of an effort in old age. That's it. So it is an effort making mechanism. इसी से आप effort बनाते हैं. तो यंग में आप इसको ज्यादा इस्तेमाल कर पाते हैं, ओल्ड एज में इसको इस्तेमाल नहीं कर पाते. बट जितना इस्तेमाल करेंगे उतना ही फायदा होगा. ऐसा नहीं होता कि इसका फायदा ओल्ड एज में कम हो जाएगा. नो नो, नहीं. ओल्ड एज में आपकी कैपेसिटी कम हो जाती है. इट वर्क्स विद दैट एफर्ट ओनली. सपोज a stone breaks at 50 hits. It will break at 50 hits. उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा कहां पे हिट लगाओ. आप 50 में टूटता है तो 50 में ही टूटेगा. बट आप 50 नहीं लगा पा रहे तब वो आपको लगेगा कि ज्यादा टाइम में टूटेगा. So it is your ability of the body which you lose with age. Kumbhak doesn't lose any efficacy. कुंभक का कोई efficacy लूज नहीं होता. सबके लिए सेम है.
नहीं.
राइट. तो इसको कभी भी यूज कर सकता है, कोई भी यूज कर सकता है. इंसान किसी एज में भी यूज कर सकता है. It will even on the deathbed somebody can use it to create a conducive situation. You can even hold your life through it, but we are not going towards that. So it doesn't matter. Next question.
Swamiji, just one thing, one clarification. Homeopathic medicine is good.
To categorize anything into good and bad is not good. Nothing.
Just your opinion.
So anything and everything can be used as a medicine at a particular time, at a particular situation. So किसी चीज को भी मेडिसिन के तरीके से इस्तेमाल. हमारे देश में तो टोना टोटका को भी मेडिसिन के तरीके से इस्तेमाल करते हैं. इट इज एक्चुअली साइंटिफिक, मच मोर साइंटिफिक देन व्हाट साइंस कैन थिंक ऑफ. जितना साइंस सोच सकता है ना, उससे भी ज्यादा कटिंग एज है. दे डोंट हैव द माइंड टू थिंक दोस थिंग्स व्हाट आवर एंसेस्टर्स हैव डन. So anything and everything can be used as a medicine and as a poison. Anybody who has higher pitta, उसको दूध पिला दो, उसके लिए पॉइजन है. फॉर वात दोष मिल्क इज लाइक मेडिसिन. तो एक सिचुएशन में सेम चीज मेडिसिन है, एक सिचुएशन और दूसरे सिचुएशन में सेम चीज. लाइक इन मॉर्निंग फॉर पित्त पीपल, if they drink milk, it is poison. But the same person take it at night, it doesn't act as that much of a poisonous thing. वो सपोर्ट कर सकता. तो वो तो अभी आजकल हम ध्यान ही नहीं रखते ना. You know, in India, Rahu Kalam was something which was very common in households, isn't it? है ना?
Yes.
राहु कालम इस समय यहाँ नहीं, इस समय नहीं निकलता. So it is time. You also change with time. Yes or no? Morning you are different. Evening you are different. You are not the same person. Nature changes with time. प्रकृति बदल जाती है, मगर उसको कंसिडर ही नहीं कर रहे. You are not even considering that. Because that is why I am saying shallow thought process will not help humanity. It will destroy humanity. Shallow thought process से इंसान बर्बादी हो रहा ना. We will have to become more wise. और ज्यादा समझना पड़ेगा. Ayurvedic medicine was never made like in bulk the way it is being made today. Any kind of a herb is most potent at a particular time period. You know, in Ekadashi, in this culture, you were said, don't keep your belly light or don't have meal during the day. In the evening, you can have meal. In Ekadashi, do you know the herbs grow fastest? Only on that day, herbs grow fastest. Rest of the day, the growth is not that much. What does it mean? It means the healing energy is high on earth. So if you want to access that healing energy, you will have to be a little empty. Only when you are little empty, you soak up things. Only when you are hungry, you eat up things. So if you keep yourself a little hungry, you will soak up a lot of healing energy. Isn't this logical? This is more logical than logic.
But
So-
Guruji, when I don't take food for like, let's say, more than half an hour, then when I start getting hungry, I get gas problem. What do I do?
No, what I have said, I'm not saying you do Ekadashi fast. I'm not saying that.
No, I can do Ekadashi with fruits and all that, but I can't starve. That's what is my problem.
See, food is something which is not readily available for any creature. Only if you work a little, then it should be available.
Okay.
But we have made it readily available. That's why we are losing the strength of human body. So it is not, I'm not saying you do this or don't do this. I'm saying we have lost the strength of the body.
Mhm.
We need to build it up. This is the primary thing. अरे मिट्टी हमने खराब कर दिया ना. We have lost the strength of the soil, fertility of the soil. Now what are we doing? Organic farming. Organic, है ना? Organic आ रहे हैं ना हम लोग. Why? Because the strength of the mud or the earth has been lost due to chemicals. So we want to rebuild the strength of land. So why don't we want to build the strength of human body? इस पे भी तो आपने केमिकल फार्मिंग किया है बचपन से. From childhood, you have done chemical farming on this body. We have lost the strength of this body. So organic farming, human farming, when will it start? Ashtanga Chikitsa is organic human farming. उसको इस्तेमाल कीजिए. So homeopathic medicine, nothing is wrong or right if you use it at a particular time. If you need it, your body takes it up well, it will help you. तो अगर आप ठीक से उसका इस्तेमाल करेंगे तो वो अच्छा है, it's good. But see, any medicine will not strengthen your heart, will not strengthen your liver. Again, I am coming back to that. Will not strengthen your organs, will not strengthen your functions. It will support, create a support. As far as support is considered, support is in consideration, you can always take support of anything. Even allopathic medicine, if it is really some kind of emergency and there is nothing available, or you have lost the strength of your body, that it will only respond to strong chemicals, then you can use that as a support also. But that is not how you can create health. It's a wrong thought process that chemicals will create health. It will never.
Swamiji.
You need to unmute yourself, Swamiji.
हाँ जी, कोई और क्वेश्चन है?
नहीं.
क्वेश्चंस तो बहुत सारे हैं स्वामी जी.
स्वामी जी नमस्कार.
देखिए,
No, but
पहली
it's
बात
very
तो
great.
अब जितना बात करे उतना सुनने का मन कर रहा है.
नहीं, वो कभी खत्म नहीं होगा. हम और भी क्वेश्चन आंसर करते रहेंगे सेशन, तो उसमें बात करेंगे. हम आपको सजेस्ट नहीं कर रहे कुछ भी. आप दूध लो, रूमेटॉइड आर्थराइटिस को लेना चाहिए, दूध नहीं लेना चाहिए, ये सब हम इतना सजेस्ट नहीं करेंगे. यू सी द सूटेबिलिटी. आपके शरीर को मालूम है इसकी सूटेबिलिटी. यू ट्रस्ट योर बॉडी. अपने शरीर को देखिए. मिल्क लेने से क्या आपको बाद में अच्छा लगता है, हल्का फील होता है या भारी फील होता है? यू फील मोर एनर्जेटिक और लेस एनर्जेटिक. तो उस हिसाब से अपने डाइट को एडजस्ट कीजिए. विल बी शेयरिंग सम वीडियोस रिगार्डिंग डाइट एंड व्हाट ऑल थिंग्स यू कैन टेक. बट फंडामेंटली अपने शरीर पे भरोसा कीजिए और देखिए कि आपको खाने से, क्या चीज खाने से हल्का लगता है. सो व्हेन यू आर डिजीज, व्हेन यू आर इन सम काइंड ऑफ अ डिजीज, तो उस समय पे आपको हल्कापना चाहिए बॉडी में. यू नीड लाइटनेस इन द बॉडी, मोर एनर्जी इन द बॉडी. एनर्जेटिक मीन्स लाइटनेस इन द बॉडी. सो एक सिंपल सी चीज के साथ में, एंड देन विल क्लोज दिस अप.
स्वामी जी वन क्वेश्चन.
आप मुझे बोलने देंगे? नहीं, और क्वेश्चन पूछ लीजिए आप.
हाँ नहीं, मेरा क्वेश्चन ये था कि जैसे फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट के साथ हम जाते हैं, जब एक्सरसाइज बताते हैं तो ब्रीथ होल्ड करने को नहीं बताते, ब्रीथ होल्ड मत करो बोलते, और कुंभक में तो अपने को होल्ड करना पड़ता है.
हाँ, तो वहां जब फिजियोथेरेपी के पास जाएं तब होल्ड ना करें, पर यहाँ पे आपको जैसे बताया जा रहा है होल्ड करना, वैसे होल्ड करना. ऐसा नहीं है ना कि सभी ज्ञानी है दुनिया में, सबको सब कुछ मालूम है, ऐसा तो नहीं है ना. उन्होंने जो पढ़ा वो बोल रहे हैं आपको, है ना. उन्होंने जो पढ़ा, जो पढ़ाया गया वो बोल रहे हैं. वो सब कुछ जानते तो सबको ठीक कर देते ना. अगर दुनिया में सबको ज्ञान होता तो सबको ठीक कर देते हो. कितने लोगों को ठीक करते हैं? बीमारियां बढ़ रही है, कम हो रही? बढ़ रही है ना. इसका मतलब उनको मालूम नहीं कुछ भी. ऐसा बोलने से उनके धंधे पे असर आएगा, तो हम बोल नहीं रहे केवल. ठीक है, सबको जीने का हक है, सब अपना काम करें. मगर क्या है कि सभी नहीं जानते. ऐसा नहीं है कि जानते तो आप ठीक होते ना, आज हेल्दी होते, कूद रहे होते, फांद रहे होते. तो ऐसा नहीं है. ब्रेथ होल्ड करके ही आपका स्ट्रेंथ बिल्डअप होगा. आज के टाइम पे कोई और चारा नहीं है. उनको नहीं मालूम इसके बारे में, तो उनको जाके हम पढ़ाएंगे नहीं. तो हम आपको क्या बोलेंगे? वहां जाते हैं तो वो जो बोलते हैं वो करो, यहाँ पे आते हैं तो हम जो बोल रहे हैं वो करो. पर हम आपको एक्सप्लेन भी कर रहे हैं. तो हाँ, एक लास्ट चीज के साथ में मैं आपको थोड़ा सा आइडिया दे रहा हूं. आई एम जस्ट ओपनिंग अप योर आईज. आपकी आंखें खोलने की कोशिश. कोई भी पौधा होता है ना, व्हाट इफ देयर इज अ प्लांट, द अपर पार्ट ऑफ द प्लांट, द अपर पार्ट ऑफ द प्लांट इज ऑलवेज सात्विक. The middle part of the plant is always rajasic, and the lower part of the plant below the mud, zameen ke niche, is tamasic. Now if you watch a cow, agar ek गाय को देखते हैं, a cow eats only the upper part of the grass and she moves on. She never eats the lower part of the grass. She eats the upper part of the grass and she eats every herb. Not every animal eats herbs. Only cow eats every herb. So whatever the product of cow, what will it be? If she eats only the upper part of plant? Sattvic? Yes or no?
Yes.
It will be sattvic.
Yes.
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 तो इसीलिए हमने देखिए साइंस नहीं बता रहा ना कोई, लोग उसके लेके बहुत इमोशनल हो रहे हैं. इमोशन इज ओके, बट यू मस्ट बी एबल टू एक्सप्लेन द साइंस. वो जरूर बताना चाहिए. नाउ व्हाट डज इट मीन तामसिक इज बैड? नो, नॉट एट ऑल. तामसिक की वजह से जीवन होता. द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ लाइफ इज बिकॉज ऑफ तामसिक. सबसे ज्यादा एनर्जी किसमें होती है? डू यू नो? प्राण इज तमस. अब आप बोलेंगे ये क्या मतलब? प्राण इज तमस, पृथ्वी इज तमस, शिव इज तमस. प्राण सबसे ज्यादा किसमें होते हैं मालूम है आपको? बिलो द अर्थ. हल्दी, हल्दी मालूम है ना? अमेरिका ने पेटेंट करा लिया उसको, आप देखते रह गए. हाँ, हल्दी में whenever there is, it has highest kind of a prana. So whenever there is needed some kind of a prana pratishtha to be done, at that time haldi is used.
Swami ji, please unmute yourself. Swami ji.
Unmute yourself, Swami ji.
Swami ji, please unmute yourself.
तो मैं कह रहा हूं tamas is not bad or sattva is not good. If you start doing meditation, you will not be able to do your business. What is the use of that? अगर मुक्ति चाहिए तो योगा करो ना. और योगा करने लग गए, आप धंधा नहीं कर पा रहे हो, परिवार नहीं संभाल पा रहे. So is it good or bad? It is bad. So only in a certain, if you want a certain result, one thing acts like that. But if your body has become heavy, what should you go towards? Science पता चल गया? सात्विक थिंग. अगर आपका शरीर हेवी है, if your body has become light, वात दोष आ गया तो क्या खाना है? तामसिक चीज. जब दिमाग ज्यादा चले ना, तो कोई चॉकलेट हेवी चीज खा लो, ब्लैक चॉकलेट, थोड़ा शांति मिल जाएगी. दूध पी लो, शांति मिल जाएगी. So everything acts like medicine or everything acts like poison. But हम बाकी चीजों की बात नहीं कर रहे ना. We are talking about this body. This body never harms you. Do your practices regularly. आप लोगों को बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं. खूब खूब प्रैक्टिस कीजिए, खुश रहिए, मस्त रहिए, स्वस्थ रहिए.
Namaste Swamiji. One last question I want to ask, please, if you give me my permission.
Namaste.
You put it in the group. I'll answer it.
It's not about a physical problem, Swamiji. It's about my voice. I'm a singer and I have lost the quality of my voice and also the pitch. I'm not, how much ever I practice, I'm not able to sing properly. I sing devotional music.
I will give you some practice in your customization where you'll be able to sing much better.
Thank you.
You have actually a very good voice. In fact, you Hindi में कहते हैं there is lot of larzish, कंपन बहुत है आपके voice में, which can actually which is very beneficial for a vocalist. So you'll be able to sing. I'll give you some practice. Don't worry about it. ठीक है? अभी थोड़ा ये सब करो, and then in your customization I'll give you some special practice. ठीक है?
Thank you. Yes, Swamiji. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you,
Pranam.
Swami. Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Shalini ma'am.
Thank you. ma'am. Bye-bye.
Hello,
Good night.
Shalini. Hello.
Thank you.
Shalini. Hello.
Hello.
Shalini ji, can you hear me?
Yes, Seema ma'am. Tell me.
I that Hartikari, whatever you are selling, can we get that from you
You
people?
get it in Ayurvedic shop, ma'am. You
We'll
can
get
get
it
it
in
in Ayurvedic shop near your.
So he was saying Hartari. It is correct what I'm saying?
I will send it in the group, the name of the
Yeah.
Hartaki.
Please,
It's only
the
for
spelling
Hartaki.
of it. Yeah, you send me the spelling of it because
Yes.
sometimes it is
You
not
can get it in,
audible.
Ayurvedic
Na?
shop. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hi everyone.
Shalini ma'am, one more question. Should I address it now or how is it like?
You can put it in the group, sir, if you don't mind, please.
Okay,
Can you?
okay. Yeah, okay.
Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.